All right. Good Monday morning. No, good Saturday mornings. May 20th. We coming got another week and a half left in this month. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Um, let's talk uh about this group. We're ever expanding. Um, but I think, as we expand, we need to kind of reassess and realign what we're doing. So um I just kind of want to open this up, and I have some kind of pre-prepared questions, you know, that I wanted to ask. Uh, and really, let's start off by what do you guys like uh, about the group? And this can be Discord, this can be Pipcore, but what do you guys like about it? Some things that you guys like, because we're going to have to do some adjusting. This what we were doing as individual groups is probably not the best setup. While we combine the groups, and then it's not organized enough to go forward. I guess in a direction that at least I envision. But what do you guys like? As far as the group, I'll go ahead and mute myself and take notes.
Okay.
Well, go
Can,
ahead.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you want one of us to start off with what we like about the group. Okay. I really love the affirmations that we get if we are looking at a trade, if we have a trade idea and we're able to ask our peers, like, hey, what do you think about this setup? For that extra confirmation, like, okay, you see the same thing I see, or if you see something that I did not see, because it helps like prevent a huge maybe loss that you could have taken because you didn't see some sort of imbalance at the top or something like that. But I really like that when we post our trade ideas in a clear fashion, like from TradingView, because sometimes it's kind of hard to see from the phone. Like if we post trade ideas from the phone, I don't really know what's going on. Like on when I see that, I don't see, I just see a line, like a trend line on someone's chart from the phone, but I don't really know what's going on. So I think like if we can do those from the TradingView, I really, really like that when we do that. That really helps. And the interaction from that when we have our group calls like this and we discuss from the top down analysis what's going on and understanding how to use the mathematical fib, because it's just a no-brainer once you learn how to use it properly, speaking for myself for sure. That's it for now.
Thank you, TT.
I enjoy that the group is free. I enjoy that it's very open for everyone to freely communicate no matter what level or skill set that you're at in trading the markets. I know for me personally, I have so much going on in my personal life. I'm just sort of like, for me to join this type of meeting and just get the information is a lot, because I'm just trying to stay in a place of learning while dealing with a lot of other mess, which I'm sure everyone else has their own life. But for my personality, that's just the best I can do right now. But I would like to engage more eventually. But right now, I just love that there's no pressure, but still need to work on myself to just move forward within me to, communicate more.
Awesome. Thank you. Anybody else? Jerry said he likes
For
the.
me,
Oh, go ahead.
what I love about being in the group is the free education, and the education is real, and the community is so important. Um, Even for us, the people in the back, and most times voiceless, it keeps us connected to trading. So that's what I love about the group, and it's free.
I really like the daily calls because you're able to see in real time and communicate with people how a trade is like just continuing and how it's going. And you get to talk about that just sure that you know why things are happening, or maybe you didn't see something and you were in a trade and you can now see why it went in that direction or why it went opposing, and you're able to talk and communicate with other, people that actually know what they're talking about.
Thank you.
I think I can agree with everything that has been said. I also appreciate the fact that I feel safe. I can ask questions no matter how stupid they may sound or how obvious something may look when we check the charts. I appreciate the consistency. I appreciate, being able to actually ask in a personal way as well. Like, Todd, you still doing those one-on-ones and being available for that. I appreciate that. Same as Kim and, everybody who's actually providing free time and support. And it's like a non-judgmental space where mistakes are not judged and allowed, and we're encouraged to grow by everyone. And I appreciate that very much. What I can say is that also I feel like it's too many tabs sometimes on the Discord. I'm like, okay, I feel like I can't really keep up with everything, but then again, I'm working on my focus. So, but altogether, I cannot put out any serious criticism because I appreciate it. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Todd, what I love about the group is just a family atmosphere. It's just so more personal from where we came from. We're open to try new things. And most of all, for me too, is the support and encouragement. And you've pushed us, I know you've pushed me to a limit, beyond limits. And I like that. And you didn't give up on us. So that's very encouraging to me. And that's what I like about the group moving forward and being able to just express ourselves. That's it.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Anybody else?
What I love about, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What I love is, like, I love the passion that everyone has for the charts. I love it. And apart from the charts and all of that, what I love is the time that Todd is freely giving himself to us. Like, I love it when you start speaking to us. Some mentors or whatever, they don't do that. That just to show that you really want us to win. And I don't know nobody who trades. This is the only place I have. So when you speak to us, you don't even know who needs to hear it. And sometimes that's what I come here for, to hear you just like talk like you're talking to me. Like, I love when you said to Selena, the chart is not going to change because you're traded. It's like you're speaking to me. So I love that part of it. I love the fact that Selena and Kim and, everybody give themselves freely. I love it. That just goes to show the passion that you guys you want everybody to win. It's like we're on one moving bus and we're all going in the same direction. I love that.
I love that too.
Me too.
Those one-on-ones though, also I just really, really love, like I cannot be more grateful for any, like there's no defining what a one-on-one can do, change your whole trading career, just every level. So I forgot to add that in there, but that is like so important to me. I love that. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else? I see all the comments in the chat. The detailed zooms, judgment free, one-on-ones, real people. We have a good environment, and you know, we tell each other the truth. I guess I can summarize it that way. So,
hey Todd, I
yes,
love the fact that there are so many Black women in this group. I get on these Zooms every day. I try my best, and to see Kim and Selena and Alicia, all of you Black women that get on here every day and are so kind and so helpful. Like, I appreciate that so much. It is so inspiring that I almost want to cry because, like, I'm so grateful for this group. I joined this group last year when LLA closed, like a lot of people, and I was so lost. I was so confused. And as soon as I started getting on these calls, like, I've made so many strides in my trading. So I'm very appreciative of this group. Thank you so much for all the one-on-ones that I've had with you, Todd. They've really like expanded my knowledge on forex because I was almost gonna quit. So I just want to say thank you to every single person that gets on this call. Everybody has made me a better trader.
wow, I appreciate hearing it. So, you know, let me just, you know, I guess highlight some of the things that we like, you know, because right now we're discussing the group dynamics, right?
We lost you, Ty.
Okay, it'll come back here in a minute. Let me know when you can hear me.
You're back. You're back.
Okay, so what we like is the ability to bounce ideas off of each other, the communication in Discord. It's a free group. It's open to everybody. Nobody pressures you. You get education. We have a good community. We do detailed analysis. The daily calls, they provide the ability to follow trades. People feel safe to ask questions, no matter how dumb they feel the question may be. They feel like that people are available when they need them. You can go from zero to trader within the group. It's a family atmosphere. There's support and encouragement here. People have a passion for the charts. People tell the truth. And what I mean by tell the truth is, you know, when you're messing up, you know, in my experience, the best thing that can happen to you is somebody can call you out on your stuff, you know, and not to hurt anybody's feelings, right? Because we all of us, from everybody in this group, to include myself, mess up. You know, we over leverage, we hop in trades too quickly. You know, so tell the truth to each other. Hey man, you know, you messed that trade up, or you know, you jumped the gun on this idea, because everybody needs to sort of get their face put in their own stuff. And that's what brings us back as traders. It's not personal. I want everybody to win, and I'm sure everybody in here wants everybody to win. We also, you know, they appreciate the friendliness and the the fact that we have Black women here who are actually trading and participating. Funny story is Alicia and Des are the reason that we even started this. I befriended Alicia and Des, many moons ago, and their analysis was always on a different level than what I came up with, and we've kind of hung out, and they invited me to a group with Fred. Fred was making a killing on the NASDAQ. So it just one thing led to another.
Lost you again.
Oh my God. Let me know when it comes back.
Move to the left.
Obviously, I got to move closer to this router again. Are y'all here? Let me know when you hear me.
Yes, we
I
hear
hear
you.
Okay. Yeah. I always try to go sit up in the front room, and it never works. So I befriended Alicia and Des, and one thing led to another. They suggested that we move to Discord at some point, and here we are. With all that being said, we incorporate new people, and some people fall off. So we kind of want to keep it moving, as far as keep the group going forward, and we want to be focused, right? I'm a swing trader, so most of the time when you hear me speak, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the market from the perspective of a swing trader, right? I don't know how to be successful just trading the lower time frames. So you're not going to get that from me. You're going to get the way that I understand how to be successful. These 5 o'clock calls, I used to call them swing trader calls. It was, to help the people who were swinging, follow the market. If this group is going to continue to be great, continue to provide to feed the community, we need active participation. And right now it's 29 people on the Zoom, and it's about 700 people in the Discord. And I get it, people come and go, and I'm not going to kick anybody out of the Discord, because I get it. Sometimes you fall out, you run out of money, whatever the case may be. Life happens, and I always want people to have the ability to come back, right? But for the people who are showing up regularly, some people have stage fright, or they have difficulty speaking in front of people. But I want you to put yourself, or just remember how you were when you first came to the group. And people who knew what they were doing poured into you. They assisted you. They explained what made them successful. I've asked people to give their time. I've asked Kim, I've asked TT, Alicia in the past, because I felt like they offered value, like people could understand, what they were saying, or they had found a level of success. I just wanted them to give back, right? It's great for me to get up here and talk for an hour or 2 hours, but to benefit the group, it takes different voices, right? Different backgrounds, men, women, Black, white. It doesn't matter. People need to understand that success looks different. There are different styles of trading. There are different methods of trading. I trade smart money concepts. Kim trades more of a blend. I'm not saying she doesn't trade smart money concepts. She uses different tools than I use. OG uses different tools than both of us use. So I think it's very important that all styles are represented, and I got some pushback from some people, about that, but in my opinion, I've been to many gyms, growing up. I played basketball. And there are many different levels of basketball players that showed up and played basketball in the gym. And at the end of the day, it's still a gym and it's still basketball, no matter what level of player you are. Nobody ever told me I couldn't come to the gym or I couldn't play because I wasn't on their level. If we weren't good enough, we got beat. And the point I'm trying to make about this community is we're traders. It doesn't matter what style of trader you are. We're traders. There should be somebody for everybody, right? And with that being said, you have to understand that trading it's not even hard, man. It's super hard. It's ridiculously hard, right? That's why there's not a huge percentage of people doing it. That's why we have to meet online instead of meeting, in our local cities. Many of us will never find another trader locally, Now, if you live in a big city, Dallas, Houston, Vegas, LA, maybe. But for the most part, we have to create our own city. And we have people from all over the world, that's a part of the group. So understanding that trading is ridiculously hard, it's vitally important that whatever you're learning and whatever you're finding a level of success with, you have to stick with that. Become a great trader in your current style, right? Once you find success with that, then you can start opening your mind to other things. Because if you try to learn the way I trade, and then you try to learn the way OG trades, and then you try to learn the way that Kim does things, even though we're all saying the same thing, you're going to have three different voices, right? So you're going to be stretched all over the place, and it's going to set your learning back. If you have a strategy, right? If you're trading whatever strategy you're trading, you need to stick with that strategy, because the strategy has to have time to work. It's not the strategy that is a problem. It is it's the consistency that you have with that strategy. So please understand that please understand that it's going to take some time, right? And you're going to go through some scrapes and bruises, right? We've all gotten beat up. We've all had some bruises, but it's the time, right? And the dedication and the rededication, right? That makes us into the traders that we are. When you get to a level of profitability, you're still going to have setbacks. You're still going to do not think because you qualify an account and you trade on that account and you get paid, you're not going to have any more downfalls. Everybody has downfalls, right? Even profitable traders have setbacks. You won't be any different. There's nothing that's different between you, me, or anybody else. We have success. We experience euphoria. We go a little bit too heavy. We blow accounts. We have to requalify. All right. The only thing that sets us apart is maybe our thought process, right? In my opinion, if you're a funded trader, you always need to be in a challenge. You always need to be qualifying accounts, because you just don't know when the next market tick is going to take you out the box. You also should probably put money aside for a personal account, right? At the end of the day, you want to trade a personal account. So just keep these things in mind, and let's give ourselves grace. Even when we make mistakes, we're still good traders. We still understand where the mistake was made. I mean, all of that stuff will happen, but let's be honest with each other. Not rude, but honest, and let's also hold each other accountable, right? If you don't agree with somebody's trade idea, say something. And it's not about being right. I always say, I don't care if I'm right or not. You know, if I think a trade is going somewhere and Kim thinks it's going somewhere different, I don't care who's right. I just want to have both sides of the story, right? And, you know, that's how I have personally found success. And I think that's how you will eventually find your success. You know, when you have a greater view of the market, a larger view of the market, you get a better appreciation of what could happen, right? This is a game of probability. It's not a game of certainty. All right. With that being said, we need to talk about the 5 o'clock call, right? We have people who are kind of stretched thin, you know, on that 5 o'clock call. I know how it is because I used to do it every day by myself. Now I'm gracious enough to have a few people who help out. We do need other people to volunteer for a time slot, even if you can't do it every week. If you want to hop in there and basically just, you can discuss your trade idea or the trade that you're in, or the trade that you're watching. I think that's going to be beneficial to the other people, even the people in the back, right? The people in the back have trade ideas that we never hear. People in the back may not be confident. They may not feel like their analysis stacks up to somebody else's analysis, but we all start somewhere, right? And nobody is going to dog you if you get on Zoom and your analysis doesn't include some things that their analysis includes. They might ask about them, right? Or they might ask you how you see the market or how you see the analysis, and they might ask you to go a little bit deeper or talk to you about how you could have went a little bit deeper. All that is just creating growth. So please don't feel like you don't have anything to offer. If you're in the community, trust me, you have things to offer. So if you can contribute to that 5 o'clock call, it'll be greatly appreciated. I've started trying to get back on there, in case somebody needs a breather or whatever. But, I don't mind filling in where I can. But I just kind of want to keep the community fed, right? I don't want to cancel the call on certain days, right? If people need the call, but at the same time, if we come to the call, we need participation on those calls. We need feedback. We need dialogue. Okay. Does anybody feel like they need something from the community and it's not here? What would you like to see added?
This is Isha. Hey. Trading times. People who come together and trade at certain times. So if anyone wants to do this it's a job, it's a schedule, and certain times that we'll trade. So if we could do something like that.
That's awesome. Who trades on a schedule? Does anybody? Anybody?
We do.
What schedule?
I trade New York only.
Yeah, we trade the open, the New York Open.
You
Yeah, we trade every day at 8:30 Central Time.
So, I mean, do y'all mind trading on Zoom, or is that something you're not interested in?
I don't mind. It's not as fancy as what everybody else is doing.
Well, listen, it's not about being fancy. It's about being real. Like this is real. I don't want anybody to make a production out of how they trade, because that's not sustainable. But if you're trading, then maybe somebody who's struggling, or maybe they're not struggling, but maybe they just want to hop on Zoom and trade. But if that's going to bother anybody, I don't, I don't want you to, I don't want it to negatively affect your success. You know what I'm saying?
It won't negatively affect mine. I mean, it's very similar to Will Ross's stuff, but less. It's just a small tweak. We use buy stops and sell stops, and so we get like 20 pips a day, 20 to 30 pips a day, for a total of 100 pips a week. And so, like last week, I got 135 pips.
That's exactly what I like to do. That's actually what my goal is. 30, 30 pips a day. Yeah, just for the week. Well, not and 100 pips for the week. So that's basically exactly what my goal is.
So
that's in line in what I am, how I would like to trade, and I trade New York session.
So I can use this Zoom link and just hop on every day at about between 8 and 8:15. You have to mark up your charts like Will Ross's stuff. So I don't know that I would take Will Ross's shine and teach everybody how to do his stuff. But I could definitely just live trade alongside whoever wants to join.
So can we have then, because we probably all can't use the same Zoom link. So we would have to get different Zoom links and create different Zoom links. And I don't know, we could name it, this trading room. So different trading rooms, something like that.
Well,
Todd?
Yeah, listen, that'll work. But so, I mean, you don't even need to, like, y'all have Zoom, right? Y'all have Zoom. And I think as long as you don't, it's just going to last 20 minutes, right? If it's not paid for. So nobody has to pay for it. But you guys don't, I mean, how long do you trade, Kenny? It's not for 20 minutes, right? It's just open.
No, so I've been looking at it. The longest we were in our trade was Thursday. We were in the trade for 10 minutes total, but it didn't pick us up till 9:11, and then we got dropped off at 9:21.
So anybody, y'all can trade on one of y'all's personal Zooms, and you wouldn't have to do anything but just maybe share the Zoom link, or put maybe if we created a live trade room, right? And did it that way. I don't know how y'all feel.
Yeah. Just throwing ideas out there.
Yeah. So I think that would be, more ideal, just to throw a Zoom link in a live trade room, and then the people who want to get on that Zoom can get on there. Keeping in mind that Zoom does not pay for is going to last about 20 minutes, but that's all you really need if you're doing that. I would think, at least. I don't, I mean, this is just me talking out loud. Everybody is free to jump in. Anthony, you say you trade that same session.
Yeah, I usually just trade New York session. I'm usually only trade for about 2 hours max. So I don't see anything within the first 2 hours. I'm pretty much tapped out for today.
Yes, I mean, what do y'all think about having like a Zoom or a live trade room, and you can throw a Zoom link in there?
That'd be dope.
That'd be nice.
Can I give the negative side to that?
Okay.
So when you're trading live, you never know when the move is going to happen, right? And Todd said we're bad luck because every time we got on the Zoom, nothing happened during the Zoom calls. Also, when you're trading live, if a lot of people have a lot of questions, it's hard to answer questions and try to analyze and wait for, like, it's just like when you're trading live, you just kind of want to trade.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that is true.
And not kind of, and not, I don't want to say not kind of teach, but it's just hard sometimes, because sometimes you will miss the move if you're trying to, explain exactly what you're doing. Other than,
Right.
I mean, I personally get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I just look at the charts. And if I see a move, then I personally just set my limit. I'm not one that likes to sit on the charts. But I mean, that's just my 2 cents on that. I'm out. I'm going to mute.
I think those are great points. Especially the point about y'all being bad luck. No, but seriously, it's very difficult to talk to people and execute moves at the same time. Just in my personal experience. But as a swing trader, it's hard just looking, because what I do is, at the 4-hour candle close, it's going to let me know whether or not I have an entry. But let's just say I get the bullish order block on the 4-hour that I need. I still have to wait until price taps into that 4-hour order block and then drop down to the 15-minute time frame. So it could actually, at the end of that 4-hour close, it could be another hour and a half before I have an entry. So it's dry. It's trading is dry. It's not. I'm not a scalper, so I don't get 30 moves, in 2 hours. I'm waiting on one move so I can get an entry. So I think that's another reason why why it's so dry if y'all try to do trading with the way I trade. The way I trade, really, I really just want 1 or 2 trades per week, right? I end up getting 3 entries on the NJ trade last week, but it's the same trade I did. So I really just want 2 entries and I'm done. I just want to be done with it, right? So, I think the way Kenya trades, and I don't know about you, Isha, but maybe you guys trade more of those shorter time frames, and you have um, more ability to catch more trades.
I actually like to do both. I am trying to decide which one I want to go down, which lane I want to go down. So I know that's one of my things. Is just I need to pick one, especially being in this stage, as far as being a swing trade and doing the daily trades. The reason why I do both is with the daily trades, for me, it helps with my discipline as far as knowing when to get in and out of a trade. So just knowing when my swing trade, okay, it's going against you and to get out. So to help with that and to kind of keep me busy as far as not touching my trade because I'm trading something else. I'm not touching my swing trade because I'm not looking at it because I'm doing something else. Sometimes that bites me in the butt because I'll, fall short, 3 or 5 pips when I should have just went ahead and got out. But that's the reason why. But my ideal of what it actually looks like as far as like a live trading room is because I do the same thing like around 4 in the morning. I'll just look at take a glance at the charts because Sunday I already did my analysis. So about 4 o'clock, I just, when I wake up before I go to the gym, I'm looking at the charts. I'm like, okay, what it looks like. And then I either may put a trade in then, or I'll come back. Most likely I'll try to come back and I don't put a trade in until 6 a.m. So around 6 a.m., that's when I'm coming back looking at the trade. So we would definitely have to be on the charts before before, the New York session opens, and it's a short window. So it's between, the 7 to 10 o'clock window. So, or what I should say, 6 to 10 o'clock window as far as trading. So that's how it looked to me. And I don't know, I guess we're picking the same pairs already. So something like that, something more organized where we're already on the same pairs. We already, so we already did the same, looking at the same thing, whether our analysis is different. different or not, or what we're, you know, looking for, but at least we're on the same peers. So going in and just, okay, so in the next hour or two, this is what we're thinking, or this is the direction of what we're going in for the day. So that's basically what it looked like to me, as far as a live trading. If that gives a little bit more detail or more context. I'm done.
Awesome. So I guess we can get that room created. All righty. Hey, we have people from the PIP Corps, right? What do you guys need? What would you guys like to see?
Good question. I'd say personally, making a solid trading plan, like a strict, nice trading plan, like one to follow. Like I feel like a trading plan is so vast because trading itself is such a vast, like a big playground. It's like you have to make your own rules in a place of so much vast. So it's like, how do you create a nice structured trading plan that's optimal for you? Like, do you have to have a playbook? Like, how do you combine all those elements together to make something that's solid, so that way you can be profitable?
I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, trading is one of the few things that you'll ever do in life that you're responsible to create every rule around what you're trying to do. What I would ask is, you know, for one, do you work? Do you
Yeah, I
have
work.
hours? You know, like, so if you work, obviously you can't trade while you're at work, right? Your attention is taken doing that. Then you have a sleep schedule. So in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, whenever whenever I had my job, swing trading was easier for me. It worked for me because I didn't have to watch the trade, right?
Yeah,
What I didn't realize back when I first started trading was you only need one trade per week. One trade per week can outdo most incomes in the United States. One trade per week. So I think you need to start there. Like, is swing trading something that appeals to you, right? And if not, then you have to look at maybe day trading or maybe scalping, you know, but it needs to be around what you're doing for work. So you have to have chart time, you have to have how many trades that you want to be able to take. What does your capital look like? Are you funded? Are you trying to get funded? I think all of that matters, and you're the only one who can answer any of those questions. So, like, if you know the answers to those questions, you know, we can talk about it. But if you don't, you need to go back and think about that kind of stuff, and then come up with something realistic. You know, as far as your trading schedule. Um, do you think you can hold a trade?
yeah. I feel like I can. If I look at it too much, I feel like I can set and forget to an extent. But if I'm scalping, I'm gonna constantly be looking at it. If I'm day trading, I'm gonna constantly be looking at it,
What,
like psychologically.
right, but what are your work hours?
I work from 6 to 3:30,
What
6 a.m. to 3:30
East
p.m.
Coast, West Coast?
East Coast,
So,
EST.
so what do you scalp? You scalp the London session
Now I'll scalp the New York session.
while you're at work?
Yeah, I do all my work.
I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. Um, I so you have to decide whether that's how you want to do it, or if a longer range trade would work better for you. I think that's really where it all starts. And if the longer range works better for you, I kind of have I have a system that works for longer range. But you just have to take the system and kind of bend it around what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically been into my criteria.
Yeah, and like we take a trade and we can hold the trade all week. So, I mean, you if you had traded NJ with us, you'd have entered on a Sunday, and you still be in the trade, or you could have taken your profit Friday. Um, it just it depends on you as the trader, right? You can put in. You can look at a 10-day chart. You can look at a 11-day chart, a 2-week chart. You can put a trade in and it'll pay out, down the road. So it's all about what you want